closest thing we had to a magic carpet was something that was controlled by somebody. That's all right.
All right.
Controlled by who?
The lady with
Oh,
the
and
necklace.
the maid.
It was a while ago. You fought her and a magic carpet that attacked you.
And was trying
Oh,
to kill the
I
antique
didn't know it
lady.
was a magic carpet.
Well, it wasn't a it was magic in the sense that it was alive, but it wasn't
Yeah,
a literal magic carpet.
Wasn't
I know.
sentient
That's why I
enough.
was disappointed.
Okay. So
Yes.
you begin to descend. Both of you give me dexterity checks as you.
Dexterity.
It's yeah.
Straight
It's a
six.
slippery. It's a sheer cliff face, and you're descending by ropes.
All right, straight dexterity it is.
Straight dexterity.
All right, that is 11.
11. So with an 11,
Thank you.
bless you.
I think I got spells that help me with this real quick.
Go ahead and check. You have time.
None. All right.
12.
12.
11.
With an 11 and 12, it's not a difficult task. It is not easy. But you somewhat, with a couple slips and falls and almost a couple plummets, you do eventually reach the bottom. At the bottom, you step, when you land on the ground, instead of it being solid rock, there's about an inch of water.
Eesh.
And as you begin to, examine your surroundings, the whole kind of descended. Oh, excuse me. The whole descended into a large open cavern, and the water, you don't know where it's coming from, but you do hear in the distance a water source, like a babbling brook.
All right, all right. Is there anything by chance that can we see in the distance?
Give me a perception check.
Ooh. But is this what advantage or I mean not advantage is disadvantage since I'm trying to see past the like
Yeah,
torch's
you,
light?
you would have disadvantage.
Alright. I'm canceling it.
Okay,
17.
17.
I don't have any more abilities to cancel shit.
All right. So, peering in the darkness, even without your dark vision, you do see faint glowing aura about 40 feet to the north of you, straight shot from the sheer cliff. It's an odd glowing. It kind of like starts at the bottom of the cavern and just slowly climbs its way to the top. You don't know what's causing it. Well, you've been underground long enough to know that there are some stones or some types of rock that do emit light down here. They often give off a dull glow, so you can kind of presume that might be what you're encountering.
Alright, alright, alright. Let's see. Nothing I can do. It's you see that glowy thing?
Yeah.
It looks valuable, doesn't it?
What does it look like?
It looks like just small dots of glowing aura scaling the sides of the cavern.
I throw something at it. A rock.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
Um, my proficient in rock throwing. Would it be dex or strength?
Um, it'd be strength because you're trying to throw it at a distance.
Alright. Would I have proficiency in rock throwing?
I'll give you proficiency. You're just throwing a rock.
7.
7. You huck it into the darkness. It sails for maybe 20 feet before hitting the ground and clattering. However, when that happens, you hear a strange clicking noise and something large moving in the darkness around you.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, it's the
Oh.
spider.
That's nice. I get into a position of awareness.
Okay. So you both, with your stealth checks, are hiding fairly well in the darkness. But you do hear and see, just barely on the edge of your vision, something moving, something large moving about the shadows.
Oh, hey, Zon, should we retreat or do you want to kill it?
We can sneak by it or we can kill it. It's up to you.
Hmm. Let's try sneaking first.
Okay.
Okay, where are you headed? You're sneaking towards the light?
Yeah.
All right, you begin to
Mm-hmm.
slowly creep past,
Oh,
hoping
I
to
wish my head
avoid
would
this
stop
creature.
hurting.
As you both begin to sneak deeper and past it,
I grab a pebble and I tossed it as far as I can to a spot where it would hear it, but not close to us.
okay, give me a strength check because you're throwing it.
All right. Where is my strength? All right. 10.
10. So, you huck a pebble as far as you can. It maybe goes 15 feet before clattering to the ground. And rather quickly, you see a large shape leap onto where the pebble was and impact and just scratching at the ground. But it doesn't seem to notice you.
Oh, that's bad. Let's keep on going.
Okay. So you both begin to slowly make your way back towards the you slowly make to the back towards the north side of the cavern, the back side. Sorry about that. So you begin making your way towards the glowing lights on the side. However, as you do, you suddenly lose your footing as the flat ground becomes slanted, and you both begin to slide towards, well, the bottom of something. I need both of you to give me dexterity saving throws.
Saving throw. All right. 10.
10. Okay, and Zon.
Hold on.
You're fine.
Um, would it be 14? I got a 9, and then I have 5 plus 5 dex.
Yeah, it'd be 14. But you guys begin to slide, and you try and stop yourselves, but you can't. It's just too slippery. And you suddenly hear at the top of where you were sliding from the clicking noise getting louder and louder as you both slide and hit a pool of water at the bottom.
Shit. Is there anything in front of us besides the thing that's behind us?
Uh, well, as you hit the water, it's pretty deep. You both hit the water and submerge for a brief second before popping up to the surface. And as you do, you see the large shadow at the top of the ramp you just came down, not following you, just kind of peering down at where you might be. But it doesn't seem to be interested in following you. And that's when you realize that the water you're in has a current, and it begins to pull you towards the center of it, away from the edge you just slid down from.
Shit.
But if you'd like, you both can give me strength saving throws to see if you can outmatch the water's current.
How deep is it?
You can't tell right now. You can't feel the bottom.
Okay.
15 for me.
15.
You said strength.
Mm-hmm.
11.
11. So you both swim as hard as you can, trying to get back to where you were, but the current just keeps pulling you and pulling you. But then, oddly enough, the pulling seems to shift, and instead of being pulled straight, you're suddenly being pulled up and up. And before long, you're both climbing the sides of the cavern up what you could only assume is some kind of reverse waterfall, as it begins to push you up and higher until you both hit the top of the cavern and then continue forward into a dark tunnel.
Oh, fuck. Oh, I thought we were gonna die. Guess not.
Now, as you both begin to climb, the tunnel is too narrow for you to keep your heads above water. So you're both pulled into this reverse waterfall as it continues to shoot you upwards.
We are able to hold our breath for a certain amount of time, right?
Yeah, I was about to Google that.
I think it's like so much plus your constitution for that many minutes.
It's a number of minutes equal to 1 plus their constitution modifier. So for Zahn, you can hold your breath.
5 minutes, right?
No, for Zahn, it's 3 minutes.
Oh, wait, for me.
For you, it'd be 5 minutes.
All right.
But you both...
Worst case scenario, I can just get air from his chest cavity.
You go, what?
Get air from his chest cavity.
You disgust me.
Just rip him open and take his lungs.
Give me your oxygen.
Okay. But you guys, for the next maybe 40 seconds, strain against the sides of a narrow cavern as it begins to push you higher and higher. And you just begin to climb, and for another 40 seconds, you can feel your lungs tiring, especially you, Zahn. You feel your breath about to give, before suddenly, above you, you see light. And you keep climbing higher and higher, getting closer to the light until
I
finally...
go towards the light.
You begin to swim with it, and you begin to push yourself forward. And as you both begin to climb, suddenly you hit the surface, and you're propelled straight up, maybe 5 feet, into a small lake, resting in a small forest. As the sun, which only one of you has ever seen, once... Well, no, you both would have seen a sun in the city that has an artificial
Found
one.
the surface?
Yes. You can assume you found the surface as you both hit the water once again. No damage.
It's Carl on us. It's Carl on us.
Your envoy?
Yes.
As you begin to swim to shore, you can check.
All right, checking.
Check your inventory. You begin to search, and you do find Carl.
Go home, job's done. Give us the money.
Carl.
He kind of...
Better not screw us.
He doesn't say anything at first. But after a couple seconds, you hear kind of this strange sighing as he goes, I can't believe you two found the surface.
Why?
He goes, no one has found the surface in decades.
Yes. You're right.
But as you both begin to swim towards the shore banked by trees, you notice rather immediately skeletons resting on the shore. And as you get closer, you see that they're humanoid skeletons, varying ages. Huh?
What none?
Varying in age from rather recent slayings, and some that look bleached and old. And you do see a couple bloated carcasses that might have been people more recently. But you can surmise that these might be the group of people. Some of them might be the reclaimers that were sent before you. As to what killed them, you don't know.
I look around cautiously for the fact that this shit is too sus.
I look around non-cautiously.
Both of you make perception checks.
Alright. That's 13 plus perception plus 1, so 14.
14. Okay, and Zahn?
None.
9. So, you both hunker down, draw your weapons, and survey this landscape around you. It is foreign,
Sloppily.
as some of you have never seen trees, and the grass is odd as well because you're used to the rock of the Underdark, the dirt, the mud, but seeing grass is different, and the sun is beating down on you. And Zahn, it hurts your eyes because of your dark vision, but
Yeah.
it's not that bad. But you do notice
Right.
it's rather quiet. You do hear birds. You've never heard birds before.
Is there like grass and shit? Like is everything kind of
Yeah,
not
it's
dead?
not dead.
You know something? I read this in a book. Grass is always greener on the other side. Never thought it would be possible.
Yeah, not all of it's green. Some of it's sandy
But with a 14 and a 9,
desert. Like
you also
Oh,
notice
man.
behind you where you came from, the small pond or lake. You do see that the bubbling continues.
Okay, I use wait, before that happens, I'm gonna freeze it.
Okay.
Let me see if I got the spell for this. Yeah, you know what? I use Snylock's Snowball Swarm and cast it over there.
Okay. Let me
And
read
try to
that spell real quick.
Just try to freeze it. It's not like Ray of Frost, it's just ice damage. I'm just hoping that it freezes the area. Or if whatever is trying to bubble through, it'll get hit by it.
Okay. So, what I was going to say was the bubbling doesn't seem like something's coming up. It seems like that's just what propelled you up.
Oh,
So if you'd like
Still do it.
if you'd like to save your spell, you can.
sure.
But you notice that the lake is rather placid with, the bubbling effect kind of toppling maybe 5 or 10 feet above the surface. So it looks like this weird fountain. But you notice the water doesn't seem to be growing. It doesn't seem to be expanding. So by whatever means, it is magical. It's a magical source of bubbling water.
Are you saying if we drink it, we'll
Let's
get
bottle
magical
it and sell it.
powers? I drink it.
Okay.
I bottle some of it.
All right. As you do,
Does
you
does it
do
taste
hear
good?
you hear a small voice coming from one of the more bloated corpses, just kind of muffled. You hear
Perception check.
make a perception check.
This is before I'm drinking it. 19 plus. Um, plus 1. Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural.
All right. As you begin to listen, you hear a muffled voice say, "Get me out of here." Coming from one of the packs of one of the bloated corpses.
I stopped myself from trying to drink it. I'm gonna. Do I see a leg or something like that that's in the bloated corpse by chance?
It has arms and legs, yeah. It looks like a half orc.
I like to use lightning lure to see if I can pull the body out of the bloated corpse.
What do you mean body?
You said that the legs and arms and everything. I want to just pull the legs and arms.
No, oh, I'm sorry. The bloated corpse, whatever the noise is coming from a pack on their side, not like another body.
Pack.
A pack, like a backpack.
Oh, I use lightning lure to pull that.
All right, you yank it over. The pack rolls across the ground. You hear a couple grunts before it stops at your feet.
All right, I open up the pack. Is there anything good in there?
Kill it.
You open it up, and immediately you're greeted with the sight of another envoy. Kind of in that same strange pose, just kind of staring back at you, and it just says, "Oh,
You're not
thank you."
stealing our money.
Because thank you. I've been stuck in there for
Swishy.
weeks.
Hey, Carl. Here's your friend. Carl too.
They both kind of just stare at each other before this long pause, and you hear the one you call Carl go, You're not getting any connection back to the base either, are you? And you hear
Want my gold.
the other envoy go, "No, I've been trapped up here for weeks and I haven't been able to communicate anything back."
But if I stick you in the ground, I'd bury you. Will you hear anything then?
They both at the same time say, "I don't think so." You can try though.
I want
I
my
tease
gold.
you-
I shove one
Yeah.
under.
You jam it into the soft sandy bank. After maybe a couple seconds, you hear very muffled, "Nothing's happening."
Can we fuse Carls together to make Super Carl?
You can try, I suppose.
Can I start a fire with them?
They are stone. You can use flint and tinder.
Magic. Is there a what magical means I can actually do it?
To fuse them?
Or yeah, the fuse them to make a powerful signal of some sort.
I don't think you have the capabilities just yet.
Can I at least get a general idea with an arcane check, possibly?
Make an Arcana check.
Ah, shit. Natural 20.
Natural 20. You don't know the logistics of their creation.
Plus 5.
So 25?
Yeah.
You don't know the
Yeah.
logistics of their creation, but you could assume powerful magics, ones you don't have access to at the moment, could potentially fuse them together. You don't know what outcome it would have. It could fuse both their personalities. It could destroy both their personalities. You've never attempted something at that level.
Logan doesn't even know what it would do.
Look at nuts.
I'll kill you.
Tell him
That thing is still down there.
exactly. I tell him exactly everything that I have a general idea of right there and now.
What killed your friends?
You hear a few, a quiet grunting go. They drowned. They couldn't hold their breath in that long climb. And then they were pushed to the surface.
Oh. I look in the bag and see if there's anything good in the
Make
bag.
an investigation check.
I want to loot them too.
Make an investigation check as you loot the rest of the bodies.
We're just horrible people. It's just how it is.
We're opportunists.
Fair enough. 15.
15, okay. And Zahn?
Um, Not 20, bitches.
Nat 20.
Oh shit.
So, Azrael, as you begin to burn through the pack and toss things out, you find some rations, some rope, some general supplies. Zahn, you begin pilfering through the old bones and the bloated corpses. You find maybe 15 gold. And oddly enough, 10 of the gold is the kind you're used to from the Underdark. But 5 off of one of the bleached skeletons is a gold you're not familiar with. It's got a different minting. The Underdark ones you're used to depict dwarven figures. The ones from the bleached bones depict this almost like angelic figure.
Alright,
What
so
should I
how
put?
many?
You can put, if you want in your inventory, you can put 5 angel coins just to differentiate them. They're not actual angel coins, but that's what they look like.
Alright, so Logan, how many rations was that?
It's about like 3 rations and about 50 feet of rope.
Alright. I'll apply that right there.
Do you
Got
want the
now
rope?
7 days. You can have the rope if you want it.
Okay. Well, how much, bro?
50 foot.
And we'll both have rope, just in case we need it.
Always need rope. Why don't you come in my room at night, Manny?
Does not compute. Control Alt Delete, I think. Anyways. I didn't expect that money. Caught me off guard, I'm not gonna lie.
You're welcome.
Okay. So the forest surrounds you on all sides, and you hear birds. You also hear, other animals, like the calls of deer, which only Zahn would be familiar with, somewhat.
How close is that thing that I don't know?
Yeah, to you, Azrael, it's this strange screeching noise, and you for a brief moment tense up, thinking of what Underdark creatures it could possibly be.
It's
How,
nothing.
how close is it? How close is it, regardless?
A couple 100 feet in the south direction.
Fuck, I thought it was 15 feet. If it was 15 feet, I was gonna pull it over to me. Scorpion style. Oh, thank God it's not that close to us, son. That thing is freaky. It's got
It's
antlers.
okay. It's not dangerous.
Okay,
I
but
don't
you
know.
also oddly enough hear heavy
I throw a dagger at
footfalls.
its neck.
Make an attack roll on the deer as you see it emerge from the bushes and begin absent-mindedly eating some grass.
Hold on. 16 plus
All
numbers.
right. You watch as the dagger sails out of your hand as the deer kind of notices you before impacting in its neck. It lets out this. It doesn't even let out a noise. It just wiggles for a moment before collapsing to the ground dead.
I shove it in her bag of holding.
Hey, is on now that I think about it.
We
I
got
think we
food.
need. I think we should. Wait. Let me go ahead and put these guys in a muffled spot where they can't hear us. All right. Good. Now, I think that we should cover up the entrance leading to the surface real quickly, just so if they send somebody else to find the surface, coming the same way and shit, they'll drown and we don't have to worry about somebody stealing our gold.
Okay.
That is like the cruelest thing I could think of. Okay,
Well, our
how would
things
you
are malfunctioning.
how would you like to cover it?
Um, let's see. So if it's magical water, right, Logan?
It's
If I use
it's a
if I
magical
use magical
current.
if I use magical ice or actually if I use my transmutation transmutation skill, is it
Mhm.
possible for me to change the water that shoots up to ice at the cost of expending my those expending like a spell slot or something like that? And fuck, where is it? Expending some sorcery points.
Um, I'd say you could attempt it. You have to make an Arcana check to see if you could pull it off.
All right, I'll do that right now. Ah, fuck! It jumped out. Here we go. 15.
15 total.
Yeah, just 15 total.
All right. So you contemplate it for maybe 5 minutes before you figure out a good way to freeze this. You wade into the water about hip deep, aim your spell, and focus it on mostly the bubbling part. You release it in this torrent of icy wind that just slams into the bubbling fountain, and you watch as it slowly begins to crackle and crystallize before a large ice sphere slowly just descends and caps the opening that you came from. The bubbling water vanishes, or at least diminishes. It You get the idea that some of the water is still getting through, but the ice will hold it for quite some time.
All right. I'm pretty sure you're satisfied as much as I am. How many sorcery points would that be?
How
Plus
many do you
spell
have?
slots. I have a total of 4 sorcery points. I also have spell slots.
I'll say
Um,
I'll say it cost you 2 spell slots and 2 sorcery points.
all right, two sorcery points. Now spell slot wise, are you talking about like first level or second level?
I'll say 2 first level because it's not that difficult. So
Okay.
you're simply just freezing something. It just was a matter of figuring out how to freeze it and not the whole pond without
All right.
encompassing yourself.
All right, sweet. All right, so now we have time to plan this out, figure out how to get the signal so we don't lose out on money, get scammed.
All right. As you both get back to the bank and begin to discuss things, you hear in the distance heavy footfalls that sort of shake the ground slightly. And after a few minutes, you realize they're getting closer.
So, I think we should hide.
Stealth.
All right, both of you stealth as you both jump into the bushes and hope that you don't get seen.
Stealth, where you at? 12.
12. Okay, and Zahn.
Sorry, try not to sneeze.
You're fine.
I sneezed. Okay,
Bless you.
do I roll disadvantage?
You're wearing heavy armor, so yes. I keep forgetting you're in heavy armor.
18.
18.
Damn.
Yeah, the other one was a 20.
So you both dive into the
But it's
bushes.
higher than 18. It's 25.
All right.
Jesus.
You both dive into the bushes, and at first, Azrael, you're like cracking branches and shifting your weight before Zahn just puts his hand on your shoulder, and you both ease into a position of stealth. After about 30 seconds, you see breaking from the trees this large reptilian creature, thick scales, a long, snout ending with pointed teeth, two smaller arms dangling from its chest, and two large legs that propel it forward, and a long tail. And you see this creature lumber over to the water and begin drinking. You see that
Wait.
with two eyes, only one is working. The other one seems to be milky and white, almost blind, with a scratch coming down across it, as it slowly begins to lap from the unfrozen portions in the water.
I saw this in the book. This thing is a dragon.
Zahn, you would know it's not a dragon.
Do I know what it is?
It's not a dragon.
What is
You
it?
both can make nature checks. Azrael, you would have disadvantage because you've never been to the surface.
That fits perfectly with me, because that is a, let's see. That's an 8 plus, fuck, where is it? It's in nature, right?
Do I
Yeah,
just
nature.
roll with advantage?
You would it would just be a straight roll for you.
Okay.
I got 11 total.
11 total. Okay.
5.
5. So, Zahn, it's been a long time, and this creature looks foreign to you. And as you just kind of contemplate it, you hear Azrael go, "Oh, that's a dinosaur. I've read about those."
Do I know if it's a dinosaur?
It is a dinosaur. Once he says it, it
Okay.
clicks in your head.
I'm like, wait, no. Yeah, it's a dinosaur, but I think they're part of the dragon family. This thing could probably breathe fire.
I think they're like cousins.
Yeah, right?
After
Exactly.
it drinks for
Cousins.
about 10 or 20 seconds, you see it raise its head and begin to sniff the air before it turns its head in the opposite direction of you and begins slowly walking away, as if it never saw you.
Oh man. I take note of the thing.
Okay.
I put dinosaurs, the dragon family.
So, after a few minutes, the bird sounds come back. You see a couple deer come to the pond, very hesitantly drinking from the unfrozen portions. And after a while, you hear the heavy footfalls of the dinosaur disappear into the distance. But it seems clear now.
All right, so
I'm at the call it, guys. My headache is not going away.
It's fine.
oh shit.
I'm sorry.
No worries about that.